So someone asked, can you talk about your online life or the online communities that you're part of and how your relationship to these has changed? And the only really significant thing that I can think of relating to that is LiveJournal and its utter death. Because I've always used like the other platforms that I use pretty much in the same way. I guess I've used Facebook a lot less over the years. Like, I haven't posted publicly on Facebook. I can't remember even the last time that I did that. I joined LiveJournal after getting to Merlin. That was it. Merlin was my gateway to fan fiction and fandom as a community, rather than just like writing fic and putting it online and just reading other people's fic, because there were actual communities on LiveJournal, but it's all dead now, which is a real shame. How much do your online and offline worlds collide? Not at all, really. I mean, it's kind of awkward sometimes when I'm filming stuff for YouTube in public, which I almost never do because it feels awkward. But yeah, they don't really collide in a kind of bad sense at all. How many friends have you made on the internet and how many have you met in person? Are you still in touch with them? That I have done. So my friend Robin, who I met at university and who noticed that I was reading Les Mis, and she was a big fan of Les Mis as well, and we started talking on Facebook, and then I followed her on Tumblr, and then I followed her on Twitter, and then I went to Sweden and I had no friends around me in like offline life, and I just spent all my time on Twitter, and I met loads and loads of people through her who I still know and I'm still friends with. So all the people that she lives with I'm still friends with. So Rosie and Katie and Felix I'm really good friends with. He lives in London and you've seen me visit him. Like, he's a person that I met on Twitter through Robin's friendship group, and he and I are really good friends. Yeah, it's been great. And there are still people, so I mentioned LiveJournal earlier, there are still people that I met in the Merlin fandom that I talk to on a semi-regular basis, who I've never met in person, but who I have, you know, who I would call my friends. Sorting things out for tomorrow, like when I'm going to Yeovil and when I'm going to be picked up. If I can be picked up. When I'm going to get there, that sort of thing. I'm excited to go home. I'm going to wrap presents tonight and then get Aiden to bring them with him when he comes up on Christmas Eve. Because he's staying here while I go ahead to spend like time with my family. So tonight's going to be the, you know, tonight and tomorrow is the last time I'm going to see Scully before Christmas, which is very upsetting. What else has been on my mind? Fic, mostly. So because of going to London, I spent a lot of time on the train, mostly listening to music, reading a little bit, but mostly listening to music, because I find there's nothing more helpful for me for figuring out fic thoughts than sitting on a train or on a bus, but mainly on a train. The train is the best. And listening to music and staring out the window and just letting my thoughts go. And I've been thinking a lot, for the millionth time, about Underground Dreaming, which is a fic series that I started in, I want to say 2013, take that 2014 maybe, years and years and years ago, that I still think about all the time, and which I periodically like revisit and try and figure out how I'm going to approach it, because I just cannot stop thinking about it. And it's also like that sort of universe is the basis for a fair number of like original ideas that I have. The last original thing I wrote this year was in January, so maybe that'll be a resolution for me for next year, is to write, I don't know, maybe something original at least, or to work on something original every month, which is, you know, a baby step, but a baby step is better than nothing. But yeah, it's like fighting with myself, trying to figure out the direction that I want things to take, trying to figure out the mechanics of the magic in the universe that I'm building, and also fighting with myself on all of the other things that I want to write as well, which are pretty much all fanfic, which other people don't really value as much, but which I care about a huge amount. And it's difficult, especially because I'm a very undisciplined writer. I'll sit down and like punch out like 4,000, 5,000 words in a sitting if I have nothing else to do and if I really make myself, but I've been finding it, especially this year, really difficult to sit down and give things proper attention. And I don't know why that is, but it's really irritating me, because I have been so much more productive than this in the past, and it's bugging me. And it's not writer's block, because I have plenty of ideas, and when I sit down and I make myself write, it comes out no problem. It's just finding the time, which is stupid because I have the time, but I don't know where it goes. I don't know. Something to work on for next year. so tomorrow I will be in Yeovil and I will see you then. Bye guys.